Best first half of football this year offensively.
Yeah, I think it was. They did. They worked extremely hard all week. That's something we've talked about a lot. And I think we started fast because we moved the chains. We converted on some third downs, which were huge. Which is always going to be huge. And then, once you built that momentum and kind of got in the drive, you warmed down a little bit and had an early touchdown, which was great, thought we did a lot of good things. I thought we did a lot of good things, especially in the first half. Third downs were obviously better today, which felt like we still left some out there, things we need to improve on. Felt like, red zone was still good, which was a positive, being 5 of 5 in the red zone. I think we had to kick a couple field goals. We need to get touchdowns out of those. We don't want to leave that to chance. But at the same time, it's been a grind of a week. These players have worked extremely hard. I'm proud of the group. It's been a grind. So they responded this week well. We're far from perfect. We have so much in a lot of different areas we have to improve on and learn and grow from. But it's a young group that a lot of inexperienced guys that are getting that experience and starting to make some plays.
How big was the first down production, just getting not behind the chains and making those positive yards to make second and manageable?
It's a heck of a lot, and it is really important not being in a lot of third and longs. I think the first 2 games I don't even know what it was, but like most of our third downs were 3rd and 9+, and so that's tough for anybody. And so staying in front of the chains was important. I think the tempo was important today, just getting guys in rhythm. I thought once we got the first down and we could get in a rhythm, I think our players felt more comfortable within the drive, which was good to see. We haven't had those opportunities here the last couple of weeks a ton. And so that was important for us. I thought coming out in the second half, that was an important drive for us. We needed to score a touchdown there, and to be honest with you, and I'll tell our guys this week, that I probably screwed that up as much as they did. We should have got probably a touchdown in that situation. I had a call in that situation that I didn't love and didn't feel like I had enough time to change it, so I ran it, and it kind of got us back on third down to where wasn't the ideal situation in that spot, and so I'll take that. But I thought they did a great job coming out after half and getting points on the board. Now after that, we gotta clean some things up. We still have to do a better job of when adversity hits or the momentum kind of slides to the other side, we got to gain it back quicker. We got to do a good job responding, and I felt like at times in the second half we didn't do that. But again, overall, proud of the work, proud of the efforts, and there were a lot of great efforts, and there's a lot of things we still have to clean up, which is awesome. You win a football game, and there's still so many improvements that we have to make, and I know our guys are excited to continue to grow and make those.
Seth, so many people have their ideas, when an offense isn't working, about why it's not working, but how difficult is it to kind of piece this together when you have an offensive line that's been in flux, whether it's injuries or just young guys learning how to play, alongside another guy?
I don't. That's a challenging question because I'm not going to make excuses. Whoever's in there, we talk about all the time. When one man goes down, another man steps up, and you have to be able to step up not only at that position group, but as a team and overcome it together. And at the end of the day, you really got to focus in on just getting those guys the experience they need and growing them up quick. And that's what we're trying to get accomplished. Is it challenging at times? Absolutely. That's part of anything. But I have faith in these men. I do. I love our group. It's a fun group to be around. You can coach them hard, and there's been some hard days. But they respond well, and they work hard, and they want to be great. They want to uphold the standard, and so I'm proud of that. And again, we'll continue to, just get a day better, get a week better, that's what it's all about to me. And I felt like they did that this week. So again, proud of the efforts. Still have a lot to grow on. Know we're close to where we need to be, but a step in the right direction.
Was that when you look through the week of practice, you go out there in the first half, you're staying ahead of the change, you're 5 of 6 on third downs. Is that proof of improvement from that group?
There's no doubt. I mean, that's proof of being able to manage the game the right way, and that's all of us. We all have to do that together. And so I thought it was clean. Again, other than in the first half, I think drive 3, or I can't even remember what drive it was, but we ended up, having an opportunity for a field goal. I felt like we could have done some better things maybe there to get us in a little better position. But again, I thought they played hard. I thought they played pretty clean throughout the first half. Again, we gotta. I think the next step is making sure that when we lose a little bit of momentum throughout some of these drives, we got to bounce back a little quicker. Felt like we got a little hesitant, and that's something we'll go through and get a week better with as well.
3 games in, are you a little bit closer to your offensive line? Who's best? Like section was a tackle today, or Friday guard. You're kind of really more comfortable who's going to be playing where you think?
Again, it is what it is. I mean, when injuries and you get guys shuffling in and out at all positions, whether it's the O-line, the receivers. I think the backs have been probably the healthiest group throughout the season, and the quarterbacks, I guess. So. There's a lot of new guys. A lot of you have to build a lot of continuity each and every week, and that's part of it. That's part of with the quarterbacks and the receivers getting on the same page with up front and the running backs and the quarterback. It's all of us together. We just got to continue to build that continuity, and our guys are working extremely hard. I'm proud of the efforts. Again, we still have a long way to go, but they're working hard.
Coach, you got Tennessee coming in this weekend. Can you just talk about your memories of Coach Heupel and playing here, teammates?
Great friend of mine, great coach. It was obviously a great teammate and great players. So I have a lot of respect for Coach Heupel, and close friends. But at the end of the day, I'm really focused in on this game, and I'm really focused in on and excited about tomorrow morning coming back and watching the tape and figuring out the different ways that we have to improve and learn and grow. And we'll worry about next week kind of when we get there next week. I'm just going to enjoy this one tonight.
Any mixed emotions about seeing what Jackson's feet did for your offense, but also seeing him take more hits?
Some of those designed runs, some of them weren't. He made plays with his legs tonight when he had to. I think the third down in the red zone there at the end of the game, that was a huge play, and that's something that we've been talking about, and we continue to stress. When things break down, you're athletic, and your teammates are gonna have to be able to rely on you to make those big time plays in those moments. And I felt like at times tonight he did that. And again, Jackson's along with myself and every other player on that field, we still have things there's still going to be plays that we felt like we left some meat on the bone per se. But I thought he's playing tough. And he made some big-time plays for us tonight. Now it's about, all right, how can we continue to grow and get better in some of these other departments and allow ourselves to make sure we get the most out. We got to make sure we get the most out of the layups. When those opportunities are there, I think we're not making enough of those layups at the time. But again, I don't think it's because of effort. I don't think it's because of grit, desire, and want. It's about just execution, simple, routine executed plays. A lot of the times turn into explosive plays. Some of that happened tonight. And again, there's going to be some that guys are going to look on tape, myself included, and we're going to say, I wish I had that one back.
So what did you think of your running game today? It seemed to have a little better flow to it.
Yeah, I did, and especially when we got in a rhythm, got in a tempo in the first half. I thought it went great, and I think that was a big reason why we had some of the success we did on those drives, and kind of got them back on their heels, which was important. I think they do a great job defensively. They got good players, man. They're a solid group, and they're well coached, and so we knew it was going to be a dogfight. We knew we were going to have to play at a high level in order to, have the success as a team we wanted. And I felt like the biggest thing was we got into rhythm. And I think that's something that we have to continue to do, get that first down. And to me, it's not all just about tempo. It's about, being able to establish the line of scrimmage and being balanced enough to where you can get the defense back on their heels. And we were able to do that at times today. At other times, we weren't. And so we got to find out what we need to do better in those situations to get back to getting back where we need them to go.
Jackson played a really good game, with the exception of one play, sort of panic. How do you make sure that puts that behind him and go?
Well, again, I think it's everybody sees a pick, right? A pick six, and it's bad, and you're going to point directly to him. But at the same time, he's got to be smarter with how he plays that play. We missed a protection, and he had a protection issue right there in his face, and he's got to understand that in that moment he actually got out of it, and now it's just get vertical and get what you can get. Don't make a bad play worse. Get a negative back to a positive is what we call it, and so there's no doubt he'll want that back. But at the same time, again, guys around him have to do their job, and then no different in the run game. When he's got a certain tag or a certain RPO that he's supposed to pull and run the correct way, he needs to run it the correct way, and it's all of us. And so that's going to happen in football. The biggest thing at that position, you have to be able to manage the game, and you have to be able to make a negative a positive, meaning let's get out of here and play the next down per se.
You talked about the big 47 that you were, it wasn't even supposed to be him running the ball. You saw the corner blitz come inside, but you decided to pull it and take it. Is that kind of what you're talking about with the reads and understanding that, making the right play at the right time?
Absolutely. And again, for where we've been out the first couple of weeks, there's no doubt, has been some designed runs. Probably more so than I would have liked, maybe coming into the season. But that's where we're at. And at the end of the day, if he's going to add extra hats, and those are things that we have to do to be to get the drives going, or to stay in the drives, to keep the defense back on their heels. That's what we'll do. That's what you have to do at that position, or for your offense. But at the same time, I felt like it was a little less maybe tonight, and I think he made some plays just being a good ball player, and made the right reads on some plays, and made some scrambles that were huge for us, which is you're going to have to do it. There's never going to be perfect calls. There's never going to be a perfect protection. It's football. You have to be a ball player, and I thought he did some things that way tonight to where he extended plays with his legs, we're going to have that.
Jackson and Dion a step forward today for you, just in terms of his involvement and the plays that he made, the type of plays he made? Yeah,
I think so. It was a week better, and again, that's what we got to continue to stress. Just getting a day, getting a week. There's going to be. Again, we're nowhere close to where we need to be, but the guys are working hard. The biggest thing with me is you got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to hold your teammates accountable. And this is myself included. You always have to look in the mirror at yourself first. In the first couple of weeks, the standard is not even close to where we would have liked it, and so. How do we get better? Well, the first thing we have to do is look ourselves in the mirror, and the second thing is we have to hold each other accountable to making plays. And I think once you kind of are comfortable doing that, and you can kind of put the defensive part of yourself away and put your humility away and just want something for the team, I think things start to come together. And again, it's a great group, or a tough group. And we're getting to where we're getting better. So that's what we're looking for.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.
Seth.